Today we're going to talk about negotiating with ourselves. What are you talking about, Ryan? We're going to talk about our amazing ability to make deals with ourselves that stop us short of getting where we want to be in life as people, whenever it comes to fitness, whenever it comes to all these things. Stop letting yourself off easy. Whenever you're negotiating something, like in a hostage situation, you're negotiating so that hostage can go free and that hostage can live. Obviously, we want that. Why do we want that? Because that's a normal outcome. It's the outcome that is expected. And that's the exact same thing that happens whenever you negotiate with yourself. If you're negotiating with yourself, expect a normal outcome. Expect to be just like everybody else that's going to work, going home, and pretty freaking miserable. If you're negotiating with yourself, it's usually to make something easier. Easy things do not lead to hard people. At all. Hard people lead to easy things. Hard men equal easy times equal hard men or women. I don't care which way you frame it, but you are killing yourself. You're killing your potential that you have. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. You're killing your potential if you freaking let yourself off easy. It's just like if you're doing cardio or if you're working and you're like, well, I did all this yesterday. Yesterday doesn't exist. It doesn't matter anymore whenever it comes to your goals. That's put to bed, and you woke up early this morning, and you started working towards something new. Tomorrow doesn't matter either. All that matters when you're working towards something is what you're doing right now. Because if you're tired right now, you can always say, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. Or, I did all this yesterday. I can take it a little bit easy on myself today. There's no reason for me to be tired again tomorrow. I'm just going to let my foot off the gas a little bit. And through that negotiation process with ourselves, we don't get to where we need to be. We have a finite amount of time. We have a finiteness about our life that we don't realize usually until it's too late. And it's really sad because we negotiate ourselves out of all these things because instead of on focusing on ourselves and the life we have to live and what we want out of our lives, we start looking around and we're saying, oh, well, at least I'm not that person. Yeah, you know what? I can take it a little bit easier on myself because at least I'm not that person over there who has literally no damn bearing on your life. They don't know anything about you. They don't know anything about your goals. But as long as we can find somebody we're ahead of, we're all right. At least I'm not here. Yeah, that's a good thing. Be thankful for that. But do not let that dictate your drive on what you're doing and what you want to accomplish. Because that is a sad way to live life. If you're always comparing yourself to somebody else and negotiating yourself out of who you're meant to be. We are all created for a specific purpose. But somewhere along the lines, we start taking it easy on ourselves because it is easier. It is easier to do that stuff. I had a drug problem because I wanted to feel good all the time, and I felt like shit sometimes, and I didn't want to feel that way. So what did I do? Oh, well, I'll do this. But the thing is, when you start negotiating with yourself, when you start letting yourself off the hook, it doesn't feel right. We have that little feeling inside of us that we're taught to ignore so that we can go along to get along, but it's there. We know when we're doing something right. We know when something's going to benefit us and it's a little bit hard. We feel that. And that sense of accomplishment is right there. But we don't like feeling uncomfortable. We don't like feeling that way. So what did I do? What do we do? I did some drugs. Man, did I ever feel better. But while I was going backwards, I didn't feel right. It didn't feel good to know that I was letting myself off easy. So what did I do? A little bit more drugs, so I didn't want to feel that either. And that's the cycle we get caught in. It's that one decision that leads to the next decision, that leads to the next decision, and before you know it, you've negotiated yourself out of everything you've ever wanted, and you're mediocre, and it doesn't feel right. But we bury that because that's what everybody else does. And I'm here to tell you that you are worth way more than that. Stop making deals with yourself. Stop negotiating yourself out of situations that are uncomfortable but can lead to great rewards. I mean amazing rewards. I challenge you, I dare you to stop letting yourself off easy for 2 months. 2 months out of your entire life. I don't know what the average lifespan is, but let's say that you're hoping to live till 80 years old, right? 80 years old, I believe, if the math is right, that's 960 months. 2 months out of that entire time frame is less than 1% of your entire life. But if you stop letting yourself off easy for 2 months, it can have an effect on the rest of your entire life that you never even imagined. Because 2 months feels like a long time to be uncomfortable. But I guarantee if you learn to work in those uncomfortable spots, if you learn to live in that uncomfortable place, it will lead to so many good things. It will lead to so much drive. It will lead to so much success that you get to define yourself. You get to define your own version of success. Don't let somebody tell you it's about money. If you don't give a crap about money, you don't give a crap about money. That's not your version of success. Don't let somebody else let you negotiate yourself out of that version of success that you have for yourself. It's yours. Hang on to that. Hang on to it for dear freaking life. And I guarantee you that if you stop cutting deals with yourself for 2 months, that you will learn that behavior to live in those uncomfortable spots. What you do in the dark shines in the light every damn time. We just don't spend enough time in the dark. We don't spend enough time in those places, in those operative places that nobody else wants to operate in. Because everyone else would rather do that drug or have that drink or do something that's easier instead of staying on that path that they're cutting for themselves. Don't stay on the regular path. That's an easy walk. Somebody's already been there. Stay on that path that you want to be on. Stop negotiating with yourself. Don't make a deal to get out of that corner. Work your way out of that uncomfortable spot. Keep your back against that wall for just a little bit longer and learn how to push forward from there. You can freaking